He was the mayor everyone trusted, a family man, a leader, and the face of hope for a struggling city. But behind closed doors, Bill Harrison lived a double life, one that ended in betrayal, murder, and the destruction of everything he claimed to stand for. The beloved mayor, William Bill Harrison, age 48, mayor of Riverside Heights, Pennsylvania, a small industrial city of just 23,000 people. To his community, he was the ideal leader, a man with deep local roots. His grandfather once worked the steel mills that had fueled Riverside Heights for generations. Bill built his own success as the owner of a thriving insurance agency before entering politics. In 2018, he was elected to the city council. By 2022, he became mayor, running on promises of economic revival, infrastructure improvements, and new jobs. His campaign was built on trust, on being the local guy who understood working-class struggles and would rebuild Riverside Heights into a community that mattered again. At home, he seemed just as successful. Bill lived with his wife, Patricia, in a beautifully restored Victorian house on Elm Street. They had been married 22 years, raising 2 children, Michael, 17, and Sarah, 15. Patricia was a respected high school guidance counselor, active in charities, the Historical Preservation Society, and coaching youth softball. Together, the Harrisons represented the model family. Civic-minded, faith-driven, and deeply respected. But beneath the polished image of community leadership, a secret life was already taking shape. The affair. In March 2024, Bill Harrison began an affair with Amanda Pierce. Amanda was 31, a marketing consultant who had moved to Riverside Heights just a year earlier. Her business, Pierce Marketing Solutions, was based in a renovated downtown storefront, helping small businesses build online strategies and attract customers. She was educated, ambitious, and respected. A graduate of Penn State, Amanda had worked in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh before seeking a quieter, more affordable life in Riverside Heights. Her professional role brought her directly into the mayor's orbit. She collaborated with the city on tourism campaigns and small business recruitment. At first, their relationship was strictly business. But by late winter, it had grown into something more. Private meetings at City Hall turned into dinners. Dinners turned into secret nights at her downtown apartment. By April, the two were in constant communication. Over 1,800 text messages would later be uncovered by investigators. The messages revealed not just passion, but promises. Bill told Amanda that he would leave Patricia, that they would start a new life together. But Amanda was also clear. She wanted more than words. She wanted commitment. The breaking point. By the summer of 2024, cracks were forming. Amanda worried the affair was harming her reputation. Riverside Heights was small. Word traveled fast. Worse, her clients included supporters of Harrison's political opponents. If the affair was exposed, she risked losing her business. Then came July 28, 2024. Amanda discovered she was pregnant. Medical records confirmed it. She scheduled her first OB appointment for early August. The news set off a crisis. Amanda wanted to keep the child. She expected Bill to acknowledge his responsibilities, even if it meant secrecy. But Bill panicked. His re-election campaign was entering its most critical stage. The truth would destroy him, his family, his career, everything. In frantic late-night calls and texts, they debated their options. Abortion, adoption, relocation. Amanda refused. She wanted the child. For Harrison, Amanda's pregnancy wasn't a blessing. It was a threat, planning murder. By mid-August, Bill Harrison was unraveling. Digital forensics later uncovered his search history. His late-night internet queries revealed everything. Early pregnancy termination laws, adoption rights in Pennsylvania, how to discredit a woman's reputation, accidental death statistics, staging a burglary. It was clear Bill wasn't looking for solutions. He was planning an elimination. On August 24, 2024, Amanda invited Harrison to her apartment for dinner. She believed they were going to finalize their future, co-parenting, financial support, and managing the pregnancy. But Harrison had other plans. He brought with him his personal .38 caliber revolver. At around 7:30 p.m., as the two sat across from each other at Amanda's dining table, the confrontation turned deadly. Bill Harrison raised his revolver and fired twice. 2 bullets pierced Amanda's chest. She collapsed where she sat. Death was almost immediate. She never had the chance to scream. The cover-up. With Amanda's body lying lifeless, Harrison began staging the scene. He ransacked the apartment, broke a rear window, and stole her laptop and jewelry. His goal was to make it look like a robbery. But Bill made critical mistakes. Gunshot residue clung to his hands and clothing. His cell phone data placed him at Amanda's apartment. Security cameras captured his vehicle parked nearby. He couldn't erase the digital fingerprints of his crime. Discovery. The next morning, August 25th, Amanda's business partner Jennifer Walsh grew concerned when Amanda failed to show for a client meeting. Jennifer arrived at the apartment, found the door unlocked, and stepped inside. The sight was horrifying. Amanda was dead. The apartment appeared ransacked. Jennifer immediately called police. At first glance, investigators treated it as a burglary homicide. But Detective Robert Chin noticed inconsistencies. The staged break-in, the personal targeting. Something felt wrong. Within days, police uncovered Amanda's text history with Bill Harrison. Over 1,800 messages. Intimate, emotional, incriminating. Amanda's pregnancy, confirmed by her medical records, gave Harrison motive. Ballistics tied the bullets directly to Harrison's revolver. Gunshot residue proved his presence. The staged burglary collapsed under scrutiny. The beloved mayor had just been exposed as a murderer. Arrest and trial. On September 8, 2024, police arrested Bill Harrison at his home, while his wife Patricia and their children looked on in shock. The charges: first-degree murder, evidence tampering, conspiracy, and corruption. The community was stunned. This was their mayor, the man they trusted, the man who promised renewal. Patricia issued a brief, heartbroken statement, then filed for divorce. She took Michael and Sarah to live with relatives in another state. During trial, prosecutors painted Harrison as a man who cared more about his political career than human life. They revealed his internet searches, his staged burglary, and his financial misuse of city funds to cover his affair. The defense argued it was a crime of passion, a heated argument that turned violent. But the evidence told a different story. This was premeditated, planned, executed. The jury deliberated for 14 hours before reaching a verdict. Guilty on all counts. Harrison was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Aftermath. Amanda Pierce's funeral drew hundreds of mourners. Her family remembered her as a bright, talented woman whose life was stolen. They established a scholarship fund for women entrepreneurs in her name. Riverside Heights was left shaken. The city appointed an interim mayor, implemented stricter ethics oversight, and vowed never to be deceived by polished images again. Meanwhile, Patricia Harrison rebuilt her life, becoming an advocate for families affected by domestic violence and corruption. Bill Harrison now spends his life behind bars at the State Correctional Institution in Somerset, Pennsylvania. His appeals remain futile. The downfall of Mayor Bill Harrison is more than a tale of betrayal. It's a chilling reminder of how power, secrecy, and selfishness can turn deadly. Behind every perfect public image, there may be shadows we cannot see. And for Amanda Pierce, those shadows became fatal. If you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime documentaries. And let us know in the comments, what do you think was Bill Harrison's biggest mistake that sealed his fate?